From glory to chaos, these are the 5 outrageous NBA championship moments that had legends crying in their locker room.
Holy shit. It's just a lot. I mean, the NBA family, we all stick together. I know we compete every night.
Causing other teams years of heartbreak into revolutions. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos. Let's first look at this team that was playing for a trophy and also for their beloved legend.
Finally, something to celebrate in 2020. That
Finally.
breaking news. The Lakers have won a record-equaling 17th championship with a 106-93 victory over the Miami Heat, and the fans are going wild.
There were no fans, no families, no way out, just isolation, grief, and a promise they couldn't break. The 2020 NBA season was supposed to be the Lakers' big comeback. Then, everything shut down. COVID hit in March. Games stopped. Season paused. Life flipped upside down. But for the Lakers, that was just the start of their struggles. January 26, 2020. That day changed everything. Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, and 7 others died in a helicopter crash in Calabasas, California. They were on their way to a youth basketball tournament when the helicopter crashed into a foggy hillside. Later, the investigation pointed to pilot error and partial disorientation. The whole basketball world was shaken. Los Angeles covered walls with murals. Fans gathered outside Staples Center mourning a legend. For the Lakers, the season wasn't just about basketball anymore. It became about honoring Kobe's legacy. When the NBA finally restarted in July, they did something totally new. The bubble. 22 teams isolated at Disney World in Orlando. No travel, no crowds, nothing but silence. It was a strange, eerie setup. People already doubted the whole thing, calling it the Asterisk Championship. But LeBron James and Anthony Davis, they weren't paying attention. They led the Lakers with everything they had, turning their pain into fuel. When it came to the finals, it was Lakers versus Miami Heat. Game 6 was huge. LeBron dropped 28 points, 14 rebounds, and 10 assists, sealing a 106-93 win. That gave the Lakers their 17th title, tying them with Boston for the most in NBA history. The celebration? Wild, even without fans. The locker room exploded with energy. About 150 bottles of champagne popped inside the bubble. J.R. Smith took his shirt off before the final buzzer. LeBron went full party mode, spraying champagne everywhere. The floor was soaked. Goggles flew and Dwight Howard tried to give a drunken speech, barefoot and drenched in champagne. No parade, but that didn't stop L.A. Fireworks lit up the city. People climbed on cars, hung from traffic lights, and flooded the streets like it was New Year's Eve.
Not as big of a crowd because obviously we're in a pandemic, but as you can see, there's still plenty of fans out there celebrating tonight's big win.
The police had to shut down parts of downtown. Helicopters buzzed overhead, and the players, they had over $30,000 worth of champagne and food delivered right into the bubble. They didn't just want their 17th championship. They threw one of the wildest socially distanced parties the NBA has ever seen. Kept a promise to a legend.
The Warriors are NBA champions again.
When the Golden State Warriors clinched their 3rd NBA championship in 4 years in 2018, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson decided to throw out the playbook for a crazy celebration that we won't be forgetting anytime soon. The moment the confetti started flying, the Warriors transformed the streets of Oakland into their personal playground. Steph, never one to shy away from the limelight, grabbed a bottle of champagne and sprayed it like a fire hose, soaking not only teammates but the raucous crowd that had gathered to witness the spectacle. Klay, equally ecstatic, was seen swigging straight from the bottle and later hoisting the Larry O'Brien trophy as if it were a prize surfboard. But the real showstopper was when Klay decided to jump into the crowd not once but multiple times as he crowd surfed his way through throngs of ecstatic fans. Now, the energy was infectious, with both players dancing, laughing, and living in the moment, embodying the joy and camaraderie that had become the Warrior signature. Unlike more formal celebrations of the past, this one felt raw and unscripted, a pure release of years of hard work and dominance. The players weren't just champions, they were rock stars, blurring the lines between athlete and entertainer. 2018 Warriors parade wasn't just about basking in victory, it was about sharing the win with the fans who had been with them through thick and thin. Steph and Clay's over-the-top antics symbolized a new era of NBA celebrations, where the party was as big as the achievement, and where players could let loose and show their human side. For those of us lucky enough to witness it, the Warriors 2018 celebration wasn't just a championship parade, but a legendary party for the record books.
See you soon, Abby. The parade has officially started. The confetti has been thrown. Joe Mazzulla and his family just went by.
4 Eastern Conference Finals, 0 rings. The whispers kept getting louder. Break up Tatum and Brown. They're not championship material. They'll never get over the hump. Boston's young core had been through everything. Heartbreak, crushing losses, media scrutiny, and relentless doubts. Every single season ended with the same narrative. Not ready yet. But 2024? Man, everything changed. The Celtics dominated the East like they had something to prove. They showed resilience, unity, and the killer instinct that had been missing. In the finals, they faced Luka Doncic and the Mavericks, one last mountain to climb. Game 5 at TD Garden became their moment of truth. Jason Tatum delivered when it mattered most, 31 points and 11 assists, leading Boston to a 106-88 victory and securing their record-breaking 18th NBA championship. As confetti rained down like snow, Tatum found his 6-year-old son Deuce on the court. He scooped him up, holding him tight, and whispered, "We did it!" That moment got captured by every camera in the building and went everywhere. Jaylen Brown got named Finals MVP, silencing every single critic with his excellence throughout the series. His determination told the story of this team's entire journey from almost to champions. The celebration, over 1 million fans flooded Boston streets for the victory parade. Duck boats carried those jubilant players through the city, with Tatum proudly holding up the Larry O'Brien trophy like it was the most precious thing in the world. Years of pain and near misses got washed away in the glorious run. But here's a team that nobody believed in until they took everything.
Team holding those statues like children, refusing to let go. They've been carrying them around ever since they got that last one on the bus, and now we've got the cheering.
The Chicago Bulls were a dynasty hanging by a thread. Michael Jordan had already led them to 5 championships, but everything was falling apart behind the scenes. General manager Jerry Krause was itching to rebuild, basically announcing the end of an era. Scottie Pippen was battling injuries, Dennis Rodman's off-court chaos was adding fuel to fire, and Coach Phil Jackson, they told him this would be his final season. In the middle of all this drama, the Bulls embarked on what would become legendary as The Last Dance. The 1998 NBA Finals brought them face-to-face with the Utah Jazz for the second year in a row. Then came Game 6, June 14, 1998 in Salt Lake City, the moment that would define everything. Bulls trailing 86-85, just 18.9 seconds left on the clock. Jordan steals the ball from Karl Malone. Vintage MJ. He dribbles down the court with ice in his veins, crosses over Byron Russell like he's not even there, and sinks a 20-foot jumper with 5.2 seconds remaining. Bulls lead 87-86. That shot, the last shot, secured the Bulls' 6th championship in 8 years. Jordan finished with 45 points, shooting 15 of 35 from the field and 12 of 15 from the free throw line. As the locker room, you could see Jordan clutching the championship trophy with tears streaming down his face, knowing this was the end. Chicago went absolutely crazy. 2 days later, over 1 million fans packed Grant Park to honor their heroes one last time. This championship marked the end of everything. Phil Jackson stepped down. The team's core scattered to the winds. Jordan retired for the second time, leaving behind a legacy that would inspire generations. We all remember the champagne, the chants, those confetti-filled parades. That part's easy to remember, but what we don't always see is what it took to get there. The season that fell apart, the injuries that crushed dreams, the years when it almost didn't happen at all. Click here to watch, and if you live for stories like this, hit that subscribe button, because we're not just talking basketball here, we're telling the stories behind the banners.